What's happening, fandoms? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here,
we react to music videos and shows.
Today we're going back to The Warning, back on the Allison Hagendorf show.
Yes.
The rock and roll interview show.
I felt like we did the interview. That was like a week ago.
No, it was
2 weeks ago.
It was pretty recently, but the interview itself was from like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah,
and this one is brand spanking new. Released today sometime, and we really enjoyed the last time we saw the girls.
Yeah, they were fun to be
on
interviewed
Allison's
and
show.
Learning new things about them.
Yeah. So we'll find a point somewhere in the middle to stop and cut this in half, perhaps, or maybe we'll just go all the way through. We'll figure it out. Here we go. We are now accepting priority music requests through our Buy Me a Coffee program. You can find the link in the description below.
Send us a music prompt and we will get to it right away.
Thank you.
They always comment on Ale. You know, like I was going to say it's the elephant in the room. I call it the Ale-phant in the room. But they always say that Ale doesn't speak. I don't know what they're talking about.
I know. Uncomfortable. What can I say?
I feel like, oh.
Yeah, but it really is what it is. When I'm
What's that thing in the middle?
I just like...
What?
My ability to not speak goes away, and I just you know.
Don't worry about it.
Well, that really warms my heart.
That's your cursor.
Take that, fans.
I'm Allison Hagendorf. America, this is the next. Hello, Times Square.
Wow.
Welcome to Aspen. I'm Allison Hagendorf. I'm the
She's been hosting a lot.
Welcome to Rock This with Allison Hagendorf.
Yeah, this is Allison Hagendorf.
Hello, my fellow music lovers, and welcome to the Allison Hagendorf.
Wow. A lot has changed.
Hello, my fellow music lovers, and welcome to the Allison Hagendorf Show. This is where we celebrate the universal love of music and the rock and roll spirit that lives in each of us. I'm so
I like
glad
our
you're here.
couch.
We are coming to you from DWP Studios in Los Angeles, and I want to give a shout out to our presenting sponsor, Cloudwater. They help make this show possible along with
That's why she has Cloudwater right there on the side.
The world to me. Thank you. My
That's
guest
cool.
today is the trailblazing band, The Warning. One of the very special elements of this band is that the three members are sisters. Being one of three sisters myself, I felt an instant kindred connection with these girls. I think having two strong older sisters as role models really put me on a certain path. I always felt close with women and wanted to support them and never viewed someone as competition because of their gender. That just never made sense to me. I always felt like I could do anything because I watched my two sisters set out to accomplish so much. To this day, my sisters are my best friends. They continue to be a sounding board, a cheering section, and a safe space for me.
Yeah,
now, I know
that's
how
awesome.
special that is, and not everyone has that. But maybe you might feel inspired after today's episode to reach out to someone in your family you haven't talked to in a while, just to let them know you were thinking of them. You know what? Life is short, and everyone can use a little love. And I feel like I should be wearing a cardigan sweater right now for my Mr. Rogers moment, but I mean every single word of it. Okay. My guests today are three incredibly inspiring women, three sisters from Monterrey, Mexico, who have been realizing their dreams since they were little girls, paving their own path.
Yeah.
They've toured with Muse, performed alongside Foo Fighters and Guns N' Roses, just wrapped a sold-out headline tour in Europe with Japan and North America next. They performed at the MTV VMAs
So this was right before they went to Japan.
New excitement for rock and have their new album, Keep Me Fed, out this week. Danny Powell and Ale, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I actually haven't had a
They look
pre-peak
taller
guest before,
there.
but I saw you guys were going to be in LA. I'm like, it's a must.
Oh
it's
my
a must.
God.
What
We're
an
honored.
Need to have you guys back. We had the best time last time.
Yes. It was so much fun. And we're
I really enjoyed that
Yes.
Well, I have to
interview.
tell you, because I had heard prior to our meeting that the Warning fans are the most committed fans. I was like, oh,
Yes.
okay, cool. And then we met and I saw you live. I'm like, they really are. But now that I've put out over 50 episodes, I can say that the Warning fans, so I've connected with so many of your fans from putting out the episodes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we have stayed
It was
in touch
last year.
because I was so
Not 2 years
flattered
ago.
because they watch all of your interviews.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they really loved our interview and it really
We
warmed
did.
my
really
heart.
loved
so,
it
like, they actually
a lot.
requested it. So I'm like, this is for you, Warning
Oh,
fans.
right.
Ah, thank you.
No, I feel like, of course, it shows that we were super comfortable and we had so much fun that show. So like, I get where they saw that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. I mean, it's because of you, but like, what do you think it is that's so special about your unique connection with your fans? It really is something special and unique to you guys.
Well, we love connecting with our fans. It's one of the most important things about our job, we feel. And music, at the end of the day, is about that, creating that community. We love that they all are friends with each other. Like, when we started our Patreon page, I feel like that's where we kind of like started connecting a little bit more. And they all became friends with each other, even if they were like on the other side of the world.
Yes,
so we love to see that, and they tell us about their connections and how our music brought all of them together, and it's all been wonderful. We just came back from touring Europe, our first headlining show.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
people
great.
traveled to Europe and they rented like a tour bus so they could tour like.
They would tour like
We all
us.
travel together.
And
they would travel together. And it was really funny because like in the meeting we'd say
Like
now we
fans?
know when we're so tired and we're not even playing the show. So we're like, living in a bus.
Touring.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like they're friends with each other. Like there's a love fest amongst the comments about
That was so
you
cool.
guys, and they're all connecting. And I like still connect with all of them, so I know. There was only one other artist we had on the show that had something similar, and that was Damiano David of Monastery.
Yes.
And
That's
they
amazing.
also have such loyal fans, and it makes me so excited with this next generation of rock bands. You know,
For
with
sure.
Måneskin, The Warning. I really do feel like we're in this exciting new era
That's
of
true.
rock for a whole new generation.
Yeah,
Do you feel? Are
interesting.
you friends with Måneskin at all? Have you connected with them?
We haven't connected,
We were
but I
together
feel like
wow.
it's one of those loyal fans.
Like there weren't a lot of rock.
me.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of rock bands at the VMAs, and they were one of them, and we were one of them. There was also like Fall Out Boy was also there.
Yes.
I think Demi was also there. But like, I don't know if they know we exist, but of course
Oh,
we
they
know
sure
we exist.
do.
And we're fans. Like they're great. And it's really exciting to be participating in this new wave of rock music because I feel like there's a really big fandom aspect of it. Like there are fans, like stans, that are following these new bands, including us.
Yeah.
And it's
Like
really
us.
strange to see it in like the rock genre, but I don't. But it still
Or
has
the
like
brick
precedent.
picture back
like,
there.
'cause the rock fan base is always like just such a big family.
Yeah.
And I feel like when younger people start exploring these communities, they find that it is such a like a safe space for them to like find people and enjoy music together. And we're glad that we can offer that with our music. It's amazing.
Especially with young people, because rock has been sort of like the underdog genre, you know, in recent times. So I'm personally grateful for what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I really do feel like there's like this shift happening.
Yeah.
And you feel it too?
Yeah. I feel like more than anything, there's a need for that energy. I don't, maybe unconsciously, but I feel like people want to just kind of like
they're gravitating
let out.
towards it.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
So much has happened since we've last. I mean, I feel like the last time we were here, we really did a deep dive about the history. You know, like you've been playing since you were children. I mean, this has been Ollie's entire life. You know?
Right.
You've been a band for over 10 years, but so much has happened since we hung out like a year ago, and I've been watching.
It was in 2 years.
Everything.
Yeah.
She
And we
corrected
mentioned,
us.
you know, MTV before, but you just got another great update about MTV. What's happening this year?
Oh.
Woo! Okay. So yes, MTV. We're super excited because we are MTV Push Artists this year.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
So happy.
Yeah.
The shoot was amazing as well. We were like really in it, and we're so
It's insane. Like it's one of those moments. We were on tour when they told us this, and they just sent us like this presentation with like what the campaign involves and like spreadsheets and stuff like that. I started crying when I read like everything, because it was like, what the hell is going on? Like we're at a point in our careers where things are just happening, and we have very little time to process everything until
Because they're touring
you see
a
it
lot.
on a page, and you're like, oh my god! Like we've been working our whole lives for this, and like it's starting to happen, and you see the fruits of your labor, and not only like our labor, but like our whole team.
Aww.
It was just a very big like celebration moment.
And MTV is so iconic. We're so happy that they thought of us. We're super honored to be.
That's unbelievable.
They
That's
deserve
crazy.
to have
This
a
whole
lot of
week
great
is very
platform.
special because so tonight you'll be playing a special show at an iconic venue at the Sunset Strip.
Oh, wow.
Whiskey.
Yes.
I will be there like
Yes.
hanging from the rafters. I will.
Awesome,
I will.
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what like.
I don't know how many times
Times
we
we
played the
played the
whiskey.
whiskey, yeah,
we played
'cause
it a few times. 4 times, I think.
Third?
Is this gonna be our 5th time playing?
No,
I think it's the 5th. I think it's gonna be.
Oh, wow.
I know.
But it is so crazy to think of like the past times that we've played the whiskey and how different the situation is now.
Right.
For
Like
sure.
this is like a kind of like a private industry show. We're playing songs from our new album Keep Me Fed that we haven't played before. And just like it's the start of something new in a place where like I feel like it was I don't know if it was our first gig in the US, but it was one of our first gigs.
It was one of the first
At
gigs.
the whiskey?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
iconic.
so
Yeah.
cool.
And we
crazy.
had like a
It's
30 minute
nostalgic.
set. We had to get out of there after
We were like the
played,
first of like 5
'cause
bands.
We're all
Yeah.
underage. It was like
Yes.
And this will feel very different,
Very, very different.
especially when it's followed
They're
by
not even old enough to
tomorrow.
be there.
Right.
like this is your life, ladies. Like, let's talk about tomorrow, what we have coming up.
So tomorrow, we are gonna be the guest musicians on Jimmy Kimmel.
I have to give you another round.
Wow.
Major milestone.
I can't believe
We
I
gotta
just
have
said
to check that one
Yeah,
out.
Wow.
Just in and of itself.
It's
just
been very
like,
under wraps.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I'm still like nervous about it. I know it's tomorrow, but it's still like it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh my god. To have those opportunities, and again, like our album.
So
is
that's
coming out
already
on Friday.
happened,
Yeah.
obviously.
So it's just like the perfect release.
Probably.
For everything.
Or maybe this interview
And
happened to.
No, it has to
everything's
have
just-
already happened.
The stars are aligning, and we're just kind of like going with it.
Well, we just gotta
It's really
check-
crazy to be
check it
living
out.
this.
Because, that's what luck is. It's your preparation combined with opportunity. That's what
Yes.
luck is. And you guys have created your own luck since birth.
Yeah,
Since birth.
she's right.
You
Yeah.
know, so all of the incessant hard work that you've been doing every day of your lives together is why you're having these opportunities. You know, I mean, you
Yep.
made them happen for yourselves. And that's what's
Agreed.
really the most inspiring.
These are
And while doing
earned
it, being with
opportunities.
people, and I love that about
And
you.
their
That's why I selfishly want to
dedication.
hang out again.
Ah.
And I want to talk about the new music in a second, but I also can't wait. You mentioned hearing the new songs live. I can't wait. And this summer is going to be amazing. You're going to be doing in the fall. You're going to be doing a bunch of the Danny Wimmer Presents festivals,
Yes.
Love and Life, and Aftershock, and those are like so much fun.
Wow, they're going aftershock.
I guess.
And the last time we spoke, we talked about what it's like being, the warning at not these in particular, but festivals in general. And I guarantee now when you play the festivals, it feels a little bit different, right?
oh my god! I hadn't thought about that.
We've been noticing a change with so many things.
Yeah.
And the steps that we're taking, like the venues that we're playing, like some of the people that we're talking to and stuff like that, and you see a change in how people perceive you.
Yes.
And I don't know how how that's going to
Festivals.
translate into like festival crowds.
Festival. Ooh.
That is kind of
Now I'm thinking about
nerve-wracking,
it.
low key.
Because in the beginning it was like, oh, it's 3 sisters, so cute.
let's
Like
see
how
what
cute.
they
can do.
Let's see if they can play.
They are still cute and beautiful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now it's like a whole other day because you've proven yourself again and
It's
again
true.
and again.
Yep.
Not that you have to, but
Yeah.
you've showed these people
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
that not only
They
do you
sure
deserve to
did.
be there, they're lucky that you're there.
Oh.
Oh.
That's how I feel. about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
No, we're super excited to be back there for sure.
Let's dive into the new music because I have been.
Yeah.
I haven't said one word to you about it because I want to just talk about it because you know how I am. I have listened to Keep Me Fed a million times already. I have favorite songs.
love
I have
that.
favorite moments.
She's
I
got
love every
early
single song.
release of it,
Yeah.
I
What
guess.
I love about this album, and actually, when I saw you guys play LA last year, you played a song. You played more.
Yeah.
live,
Right.
and it wasn't even out yet.
Okay.
And I remember in that moment being like, oh, this is like a whole new thing. This is a
Yeah.
different direction. This is an evolved direction. I was like, I hope they kind of continue in this direction. Alternative elements, just so many more textures and sonically, it's just, this album's really evolved, you know? Was that sort of intentional, kind of going to this like alternative, sort of more broad approach? Like how did this whole tell me about the energy in the making of this album.
Right. I feel like more than the other albums, we focused a lot on what the live music was gonna be like. And I feel that kind of like pushed us a lot into like experimenting and putting everything like, we want people to feel this way when we like experience the live shows as well. I mean, of course, where each song took us, we went with it.
Yes.
We didn't want to do anything that wasn't, good for the song.
Right.
Bless you.
But you're right. We did like challenge ourselves and experimented sonically in ways that we hadn't thought before.
I feel like we pushed ourselves out of the box that we were in.
Yeah.
We've been writing music for like 8 years.
Wow.
And we've been growing as people in those 8 years. But also, I feel like we've been we found ourselves in situations where we were still finding ourselves, like, sonically. And I feel like with our last album, Error, we found what we, like, were, for sure.
Right.
Like, this is it. So after that, it's like, what are we going to be next? Like, how are we going to grow from that? And I feel like that was
They challenged themselves, for sure.
Of pushing each other and exploring more things, writing with other people, finding other perspectives.
They were
finding
talking about
different
writing this
sounds
album
to
last
take
time they were
our
here.
sound in. And
definitely a little time capsule of the
Yeah.
album,
for sure.
And I love that you worked with Anton DeLost, who I love. So his work, so Highly Suspect and Cleopatra and Dead Poet Society are three bands in particular that I have like supported from day one.
Yeah.
Like, I love that band. When I heard you guys were working with him, I was like, yes. And I love it. And with Dan Lancaster as well. He was working with Bring Me the Horizon and Muse. What was it like working with them? It feels like it was a perfect fit.
It was magical. Serendipitous, honestly.
So we first worked with Anton for the song Sick. We actually we finished touring and we were so tired. It was like the last day we had in the US, and we had a songwriting session. And we went up to this Airbnb he was staying at, and he wasn't answering the door. He was on his phone, and we were like, you know what? We're so tired. If he doesn't answer in like the next 5 minutes, like, we're gonna leave you. Like, we're done. We were so tired. And he answered the door, and we wrote Sick, and it was just instant chemistry. And it was just such an amazing songwriting session, and we're so glad that we actually stayed. None of this would have happened.
You're giving me such bad rep about not answering the door, but I didn't live there.
Yeah.
You didn't hear it.
You were going to say we were so tired, so we broke in and went to sleep in the Airbnb.
No.
This is actually a better story that it worked out. You wrote Sick, one of the sickest songs.
But that's how we met Anton, and after that, we wrote more with him, and we needed to find a producer, and we were like, we worked so well with Anton. We were like, we want him to produce this whole record, and it turned out amazing. And as for Dan, we met him in the Muse tour that we had. When we toured with Muse. And the last show in Mexico City, we were hanging out, and he was like, oh, like, let's write together. And we're like, oh, okay. No, he was like, no, but let's write together.
Yeah, because people usually say it, and they're like,
let's write together. And so we had like a 2-week trip to LA to like write,
which is when we
last year when they saw
we wrote with Dan, like the last songwriting session, it was with Dan and with Curtis Peoples, and we had no more ideas, but we wrote Hell You Call a Dream with him, and
that's the song that came out
of that writing session, and it was just so amazing working with him, and he wanted to write again. So then, like, at the end of like last year in November,
we were coming back from South America.
Yes.
Oh wow!
We were coming back from South America, and Dan came to Monterrey with Anton, and we wrote 2 more songs, which were
Automatic
home call. Huh?
Yeah,
and the
home
duo
delivery
was insane.
They're quite a combo.
It worked
Anton and Dan together.
We were kind of nervous because we were like, this is either gonna go extremely well or just not work at all, and it worked extremely well. Like
it was amazing,
so amazingly
together. And Allie's not shy here at all.
Yeah, she's
also talking about the natural evolution.
Opened up a lot.
Herself. Error, you wrote, was like your pandemic album. You had all the time in the world to sit in one spot and focus and overthink things and just get it out. This, you were already the warning on the rise. So you like were in between. It was probably a much more chaotic experience. You were touring and working when you can, and writing here.
It was a total opposite
insane.
For sure. And I feel like you can feel that in the music. It's like everything is so chaotic and everywhere all at once. And that's how we felt. But it pushes you to work in a different way, I feel. And it was what it needed to be, you know, at that moment.
And I feel like, again, like in the pandemic, we had so much time to go back to the songs, fix every single little detail, be happy with it. And here, we were writing the song one day, and we had to be extremely in love with the song that very day. Because we knew that we didn't have the time, like the luxury of going back
months
to it.
To go back.
Fixing things along the way.
Because they're traveling.
So we're going to record it in a week, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of our lives, period. So we like really pushed ourselves to be not only like between us, but with the other songwriters, to have the confidence to say like, hey, I don't like this, and we need to like it, because we're gonna have to move
That's
on,
good.
and the song is gonna come out like that. So we need to really all be on the same page.
Did you feel that way with Anton and Dan, that you could like be honest with them?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And I mean, it was still something that we're shy, even though we don't look like it. But it's kind of uncomfortable sometimes when you don't know the people, and you've met them that day, and you have to write a song that day, and be like, I don't like what you're proposing.
It's an intense first date.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
And we're so not used to that because since we're sisters, we've always had that upfront honesty and everything. So our songwriting process was super like, no, let's move on. Let's just, and we're used to that, you know?
And also like, we were maybe like, we had our opinions, but we needed to be very clear about what we wanted for the album.
Yeah.
Because like, maybe we didn't like this idea, but maybe this idea was going to bring us into something else that we wanted for the album. So it was really about exploring every single little thing that we could, time permitting.
Yeah.
Which, now that I say it out loud, it's really crazy. I don't know how it happened, but it did. Like, it worked out.
I'm so glad it did. I love this album.
They finished each other's words.
I know every song, and you've already put out a handful of songs, and I love them. And with each one, I'm like, yes. But now that I've sat with the album as a body of work, there's 2 songs in particular that I love, that I like, that I would like to bring up, and they're not out yet.
Okay, that's exciting.
Apologize.
Apologize.
I don't know why.
Oh, I thought she's apologizing.
Really? Yeah, I was like, I feel it's gonna be apologize.
There's so much dynamic in that song, and it's like unexpected. And the
She
fact
gets to have a
that you
preview. Oh, because they did the lyric thing.
Chorus, and then it like comes with like apologize.
Yeah.
They did put
and
out
then
their
you have
album.
the unexpected outro with the piano.
Some media outlets
And
get
that song,
early
I was like,
releases,
this just
especially
shows
if they're
how
going to interview them.
multidimensional the Warning are. And then it also kind of made me want to hear more of like maybe acoustic and piano at points. I was kind of like, this is interesting. Maybe in the future, it could be another evolution. Just because I like loved the dynamics of that.
To go back down.
What inspired that song?
Oh my God. Okay. Apologize is probably the oldest song on the record. That pre-chorus, I wrote it when I think I was 14.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's
young.
Like 2016.
That's
like, it's
unbelievable.
Really old. And I had
It's an oldie but goodie.
Yes. Yeah. So I had that little part, and then I wrote some verses for the song. I had it on the piano. That's why it ends on the piano.
Yes.
Because it was, I feel like it's the only song out of the album that was like, it's one of those that had that process, like, or typical.
It's like the most
warning. Yeah, it's like the most warning song.
Yes. It started out on the piano. I had certain things, and I brought them to the table, and we finished them all together. Then we brought Anton in, but it was also really crazy because we had all of that, but it was a mess. It was a mess of a song. We were about to abandon it. We were like, it's just not working out. We didn't have a chorus. It would go directly into a different riff, which I wrote. That was really bad.
Yeah, like we were in the
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was,
Jenny's like, yes, it was really bad.
It was bad. I wrote it on the piano. I'm sorry about that. But then, like, we brought it to Anton, and he just like brought new life to it in such a magical way. We wrote the chorus literally, I think, in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, we had the we just started humming a melody. We wrote some lyrics, and we recorded it, and it just stayed there.
I feel like that's such a, like an awesome thing about a producer, you know, like they push you to think outside the box. Like that riff in the chorus that we did not have is played with a slide.
Yes.
To get all that.
Slide.
And I was just like, I had never even thought about that before because I don't know how to use one, and I had to learn to to actually record that and play this live. But it's those type of things that kind of like push you to be more creative, think outside the box, and it's exciting for us as well to do stuff that we've never done before. It's just kind of like, ooh.
That's amazing. You had to learn and play the slide. It's so great.
That's so cool.
And then I also really love escapism.
Okay, that is also like a huge
those 3
I showed
songs.
it to a few of my friends, and they're also like, escapism is so cool.
Because I love the songs you put out. I love them. And I want to talk more about them. But like, those are 2 like that aren't released yet. I'm like, oh, I love these.
Escapism is fantastic. It's one of my favorites as well. Yeah. We wrote it in 2021 over Zoom with Boone.
That was also like a pandemic baby song.
Yeah, that was one of like our first song. It was our second songwriting session ever.
Wow.
And it was through Zoom in the pandemic. We were so nervous, and Boone was just so amazing. He was such a pleasure to work with. Like after that, I was like, oh, this is really fun.
Yeah, we were excited about writing with other people after that as well.
But you know what?
They're so talented.
we don't go up in the chorus like melodically. I feel like that's the first time.
But it was like
Right.
something that we did intentionally. We're like,
Yeah,
we don't
we're
want
like,
to do what we
that's what I
always
like
do.
about it. That's what I
We
like
want
about
to do
it.
something new.
Let's just do.
It's just like crowd vocals, like gang vocals.
Yeah, we all
It's
do
just
it
like all of
at
us
the
singing
same
it.
time,
Yeah.
so it's so fun.
That
too.
song's special. That song has its own like sonic stamp. I really love that song.
Thank you.
Do you have any favorite moments on the album?
Like a moment.
Or a
I
song,
do.
or-
I feel like my favorite absolute moment on the album is the bridge in Sharks. When we head up into like that
That is a
major
good one.
key,
Yeah.
and there's like the little
It's
tambourine in the background, and you're headbanging, but you're dancing.
Yes.
And playing
I
that.
can't wait
well, we
to
don't
hear
play it
most of those
Yeah,
songs that they're
we're-
We haven't
talking
had time to
about.
rehearse.
We have to rehearse.
But once we get it right, that's gonna
Or
have
see
pack
them
such a punch.
perform.
That one's going to be sick live.
Yes.
Are you going to play the full album live? You're going to pick and choose?
I think we have to.
We're gonna pick and choose.
We don't
I
have
think that the first time that we're gonna play it live,
like all us
all
an
the
album.
songs, it's gonna be for our shows in Mexico City in El Auditorio Nacional.
Oh,
Okay.
Probably that's
Next
gonna
year.
be
which is
the
gonna
official
be
debut as like this.
I mean,
Insane.
we are going to play all the
All the
tracks like
songs.
separately in different shows, but
you only have a certain set time, and now we have 4 albums worth of music.
so
wow, that's right. They play most of their
we're gonna have
songs.
to
creating
pick and
a set
choose.
list now is gonna be even.
It's gonna be
more
really hard.
I
actually.
feel like
Right.
everyone's gonna be fighting on it. Like our whole team's gonna be like, you
Yeah.
can't remove that
Yeah.
But we're gonna be like, we need to play the songs, guys.
Yeah,
Really
they have
pick
such a
the
good
set
songs.
song. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everyone chimes in, but sometimes it's like we're not gonna play that.
Right.
Like we're not gonna play Fade Away. Like no way.
From like our first EP, like we're not.
first songs ever. That was like,
I mean that sometimes Brady's like, why don't you play Take Me Down? People love that song. It's like we were 12.
Like 12,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We're not doing that.
Respect. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like opening up like a diary entry from
Yes.
like, I understand.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, I get that. It's also a girl thing. I understand. What about songs like Automatic Sun? I mean, it's already
Oh, yeah, we heard that one.
Yeah, that one's great.
and that's about, like craving like the energy from someone and,
yeah.
So a song like that, is that about someone in particular? Like, how did that song come about?
It's not about someone in particular. I think it was. We were kind of burnt out by that.
It was the last song we wrote for the album.
Oh my
We were
God.
trying to do a one-liner chorus, which is like you only repeat one word or one phrase for the whole chorus, and that's
Didn't
it.
work out, by the
We
way.
tried to
Not
do that for
achieve
the
it.
whole
Didn't
album,
work
and
out.
we never did
Got
it.
there.
Like we just weren't able to
But
do
it
it.
wasn't the time.
But
I think.
it just didn't happen. But we had the phrase "automatic sun" for some reason, and we had no idea what that meant at all.
It just came to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know if
They
it
had
was
such
The
a great
creative
mind.
process
Yeah.
is interesting.
Had automatic stuff.
and we were like automatic love,
Yeah.
automatic.
I remember
I don't know
that,
why we
but
liked
we were like that for like 2 hours. Just trying to find another
Oh,
word.
because we already had the melody and automatic sang so good.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, what do we say?
And we tried to change automatic and no.
But when we got to Automatic Sun, and it was basically just thinking about like the people that we miss when we're not here. Like the people, like we're on tour and you miss something, somebody, like whatever it is, you miss that energy. And you feel that gravitational pull, like even if you're like on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go back to that.
wow.
It's like, it's just
that
about
excitement when
missing
you just like finally see the person and you're like,
Yeah.
my little automatic son. Yes. So it was about like, I think we were all sharing that because not only do we travel, but like Anton travels, Dan travels, like they all tour, they all
team.
write with other people, like
Yeah.
all over the place. So like it's about missing somebody
Yeah.
and being able to go back to that person.
Wow.
But Automatic Sun for me, it's my favorite song in the
Yeah,
album.
it's amazing.
It's
I
so
love
It's
that
amazing.
song.
I
don't
love
know
when
it's
that
amazing.
break hits.
I don't know if it's weird to say like it's such a good song because it's
Not
our
at all.
song, but it is.
It's
such
objectively a great
good
song. And you should be proud of your amazing work.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
Anton and Dan, I feel like that's where like such a incredible blend of the two of them. Like it just happened, and it was amazing to be a part of that. Like it was just an insane little moment. Because again, it was the last song we wrote for the album.
Yeah.
We were brain dead. Like there was
I can
nothing
only imagine.
in there.
Yeah.
We had,
But it
just
sounds so
finished
good.
touring.
Yeah.
We
You had like
no,
nothing left.
Nothing.
nothing.
Except for Automatic Sun.
Exactly.
And like knowing that you're about to be done for the year is also like your body knows it's gonna get
Yes.
some rest.
Yeah.
And
It's like the
even
last
more
show
like,
of the
ooh,
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where you just know and your like body just gives up on you. It was like that, but with your brain.
Yeah, I
it was
get
so
that.
weird.
Ollie,
But-
do you have a favorite song?
Automatic Sun is
Is
my
it yours
favorite.
as well?
Yeah. Automatic Sun and Satisfied are my favorite
Oh,
songs.
I love
Yeah,
Satisfied
I feel like
too.
it's just such like it sounds like a B-side to me, but like a perfect B-side. Like I don't know, I just love it so much. Like the riff goes on throughout like the whole song, and we just like made it work without like it sounding really repetitive. And I don't know, it's just like such a fun song. It has a solo, love the solo, and I love that it has like the melody of like the vocals on like.
I was about to
the
sing it,
verse.
and the album is not out, so I'll stop
sing
myself.
But I don't know, I like that song just like does something to my brain. Like I love it so much.
It's a great song.
What about you, Danny?
My 2 favorite songs are Automatic Sun as well and Apologize. So I love that you said that because I'm just like, I just feel that song so much. And singing it as well feels so good.
That live. I'm sorry. Are you going to apologize live?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
mean we have to,
We
and
need
also
to.
we released snippets. Fans like love Apologize, and it's not even out. So I feel like
Yeah,
we
I'll
will
bet.
have to.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Apologize is the hardest song on the record because it is just
It's so much going on.
It's
It
so
has
much
a lot
going
going
on.
on. I get
and
it.
it's
My
hard
sounds
to
are just like,
groove on it. And like
Apologize is kind of like a rave almost. You know? Because it's just it's so unexpected, it's so dynamic, has
Can't
so many
wait to
different
hear
elements and
Right.
textures and
the
like
rest of the album.
unexpected twists. Yeah.
now we just have to like, really
You need to do that
groove.
live. I'm sorry, you need to work it out.
Okay.
She's like, you have to do it.
So good.
I
Yes.
have a lot of fun of like just screaming.
I remember when you recorded them and you could just like hear your screams and you're like,
The
you're like,
range.
The screaming. Can we talk about the Apologize scream, actually? I think we need to talk about that.
I mean-
I need to hear more about
These
this.
screams in this one,
An
huh?
interesting story. Well, I mean, Apologize is about really about being pissed and having a resentment towards somebody that messed you up in some way, and you have to deal with the aftermath of that. Like you have to clean up
Yeah.
the mess that they made, and like kind of just fix yourself after everything that went on. So. I was just like,
I loved
maybe
her
like I was
stories
not
for
even thinking about that
each
situation, but I
song.
was so tired. I know that we say this a lot, but
Well,
we were
your
we
schedule
were so
is like
tired.
unparalleled.
So like I was at the studio and it was just such a big moment for me. Let everything out. I didn't I didn't record that many times. It was just like
It came.
It was like a primal response.
yes, it was just to me. And Anton was just like, why didn't you tell me that you could scream? And I was like, what do you mean you didn't know? Like I scream every day when I'm performing live. He was like, because I didn't scream on Sick.
Yeah.
He was like, you didn't do like the Sick screams. And I was like, no.
And you know, but it's your first time actually screaming a
word.
Yes.
It's
yes.
a bit harder.
It is hard.
honestly.
Like I can't.
Recording it is not that bad, but now that I had to play it live with what I'm actually playing on the drums.
Yeah,
and
that's
part,
even harder.
That's going to be tricky.
Ooh, it's fun. It's fun.
Wow.
I wonder
It's a
if it's like a
challenge.
harsh.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
it's.
aspirational.
Yes.
Yep.
It's
Wow.
really liberating.
There you
Like
go.
talking about like who inspired the songs, and a lot of times it's just, you know, your energies and stuff. I can't imagine with your schedules, like, do you even have time to like have relationships? You know what I mean? As far as like love, like on the road or from afar, or are you guys just very focused?
I mean, there's a balance to everything. And it also really depends on the people that you love. Like maintaining relationships, even if it's like romantic, if it's family, if it's friendships, any type of even work relationships. It's work.
Yeah.
Like, but it's work
Goes
because
both
you
ways.
care for the other person, obviously.
Great answer.
And while you have to understand the situation of the people that you're leaving behind when you're traveling, those people also understand the situation that we're in. So it's just about like communication. And again, it's about, there's also such a big, like a beautiful thing in missing somebody.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like humans that we love missing other people. It's not something that we like because you feel like, I don't think it's a primal thing, you know, but if you're missing somebody, it means that like you care for this person.
Yeah.
That's
This
true.
person means something to you. And even though missing somebody's not the nicest thing in the world, like you can feel sad about it or whatever.
That's
it's
a
like, I
mature
love this person so
answer.
much that I can carry these feelings and still feel happy that I have them.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just about finding a balance and
Dang.
articulating it. And also, we all have somebody that we miss when we're traveling.
Yeah.
It's not just
It's like
us and our
impossible.
schedule and our time, but like My parents leave their families as well. I mean, like their parents and their brothers and their siblings. Like Rudy, like our manager, also has his family. All our team, their relationships, like
there's unity in that.
So we all feel connect. Like we all know that we have people waiting for us
at the sacrifice.
So we all try to just like
the whole team sacrifice from
what. Same page. That even though that we're missing these people, like we're doing this so we can come back to them and just like share everything that we've been doing.
Aww.
I wonder if she was
I'm sure you
fishing to find out if they have boyfriends.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, like flirt?
Yeah. And like groupies and like
I don't know if
other bands, other artists. Like what's like the
mean,
social scene like?
Yeah. I feel like we're very shy.
Yeah, we're
and we don't really like
I feel like when you meet us, you know immediately that the vibe is not there.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, you're not gonna get anywhere.
What?
And we're always with our team. We're always with people.
I feel like
you know.
Charles would be like in the back and be like,
hey,
what?
Yeah.
It's like a big chastity belt around you.
Yeah.
But
we're always with
and also I feel like we're all very conscious that we're working.
Yeah.
Like what are we gonna do? Hide somebody in the bus? Like how is that even gonna work? No way.
There's a lot of people around.
Yes. And I mean,
that is hilarious.
and even if there wasn't, I feel like we all have our priorities straight.
Yes.
But I feel like what's really new and exciting about maybe sometimes people flirt, but more than anything, it's really exciting to have these friendships made.
Yeah.
Like
Or starts.
yeah,
To kinda
exactly.
like-
Because when we started working, we were really young.
We were
I mean,
really
we
young.
still are.
No,
But we're at an
But you were
age-
actually children.
Yeah,
Like, you were
exactly.
literally
Yeah,
children.
now they're much.
So
Yeah.
now we're
Now they're
like,
adults.
venues, and sometimes we meet people or festivals, and it's like people our age now, or sometimes they're a bit
Yeah.
older, but you can have friendships, and
Legit
you can
friendships.
go back
That's
to these
beautiful.
places and see the people like. We're
like,
excited to go
"Hey,
back to certain
great to see
festivals
you."
on the other side of the world because we'll see people that we met last time.
Before.
And
Yeah.
that's crazy to
Different.
think about.
That's really
It's
exciting.
really
That's
nice.
so cool.
Yeah, you're at a
That
different
is awesome.
point in your career and in your journey.
Right.
How has your relationship with each other evolved? Like even this last year, you know, just it's been like another stratosphere for you guys. Like,
Right.
what have you sort of learned about yourselves also in this process?
I personally learned the importance of leaving each other alone for a while.
Yes.
You're
We're
totally
together
right.
all the time. And like now we kind of have our separate spaces when we come
They're
back
growing
home,
up.
which we didn't have that before.
Yeah.
And it makes such a huge difference. Like I
And
come
they're
back
so
and we
mature.
come home,
Mm.
and
it's
I
like-
don't see Ale like
Yeah.
At all.
at all. I will not see her. I don't know where she's hiding, but I will not see her, and that's fine because I will see her
I'll
for
stay in my
2
room.
months straight in a week.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's really nice to like have
Take
that
breathers.
and know that like even though we're not seeing each other, we're not like there all the time. We like I know if I need anything, even like when she's hiding, let's say I don't have a better word for it. It's like I can just text her and she'll be there.
Aw.
Like there's an
That's cool.
unspoken
Camaraderie.
Leave me alone unless it's
sisterhood.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
It's a natural
we
sibling
know that
thing.
we're there for each other and that we can take breaks and that's okay.
Yes. It's respecting personal space.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially because we
And
don't
even
have
on
personal
tour.
space on
Even
tour.
on
And even on tour, like sometimes it's like we don't like someone's not feeling it, someone's not having a great day. It's just learning how to like
leave people alone.
leave
for
people
a
There's
while.
alone.
exactly
Let them have their
there's
space.
importance in checking in, but at the same
Wow.
time knowing when to not check in. You know,
Right.
like get it and be like, you know what, go through it, and if you need me,
I'll be
I feel
there.
like that's
Yeah.
it. Like we
Yeah.
all know that if we need anything, we can always say it. And we can always offer that like, hey, if you need anything, I'm here, but I will leave you alone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
go at
That's
it.
great.
Feel however
Feel
you
the
need to
feelings.
feel.
Right.
Yeah.
What is
Very
like,
mature.
a day in the life
Yeah, I
like
know.
with you guys? Because I know your days are jam packed.
Yeah.
You know, like do they start at a certain time every day? Like, is there a schedule? Is there a routine, or is
I
every
wish
day
there
totally
was a
different?
schedule.
I feel like it
like
was like a
it-
pattern, but it's not.
it depends on what we're doing. Like when we're on tour, I love when we like head out on tour because we actually have a schedule.
Yeah.
We
That's
know
true.
what we're gonna do from the moment we wake up
Stability.
to when we sleep. We know what's gonna happen throughout the days. We wake up, we have lunch, and then we have like sound check. We do meet and greet. We get ready for our shows. Well, we take like a 30-minute nap before
Structured.
then. We get ready for our shows. We give the show. We shower. You get on the bus and you sleep. And we do that.
so old ladylike, but it's
But we always do.
Naps are
We do
always
take our
a
daily
thing,
naps
yeah.
when we're on tour. And that's a day when we tour. But like
then,
And you do that for
Same.
every day for like
every
months.
day.
And
for
sometimes
show.
you have interviews in between.
Yeah,
Right.
it
Sometimes
changes
you wake
a
a little
bit.
bit earlier.
Yeah.
Sometimes you like guilt trip yourself into exercising or something like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But when we're not touring, It's a mess. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I live by my calendar. Like, I open up my calendar that morning and I see what I have to do band-wise. But, like, when we're in Monterrey, it's also super complicated.
Because they're at home.
We come back to Monterrey to, like, we have to go, like, with all of our doctors. We have to cut our hair. We have all of our appointments.
We do, like, human things.
Yeah,
things
the
that you
regular
do.
routine.
Oh my god, I didn't
Errands.
do the laundry,
Yeah.
and I have to like.
And I leave tomorrow and I didn't unpack. And I have to
And then
unpack to pack
there's
again.
like the work side where we need to rehearse, and then there's really like, oh, like we need to do liners, and then
you have to do the TikToks.
but then
you have the
we're also
interviews.
busy socializing because we
It
haven't been home
sounds
for like
intense.
So
2
complex.
months. So then
when am I gonna see you?
So then it's
Right.
like, oh, we need to do liners. Oh, but Pal's not here. Oh, now Danny's not here. Oh, now I'm going out. And
Yeah.
so it's just,
and
it's
between
just
all
a
that,
mess.
You're doing handwritten lyrics for Patreon. You're doing monthly lectures for Patreon. You're signing 3,000 CDs in a day.
So-
So it's
Wow.
like,
Wow.
it's
So
just a
like
big jumble of
organizing
things.
everything we need to do when we get back home is always such a mess.
I'm so stressed out just thinking that we're about to go back.
What do you guys do? Do you get overwhelmed? What do you do? Do you have like sort of like little breakdowns or like moments where you're like, I can't do this?
I cry.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
No, but I cry.
you get
In
it
a
all
healthy
out.
way.
Like on
Yeah.
purpose.
Like a release.
Yeah,
you get it
like,
all out.
I
Yes.
feel like this and I will cry it out.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
usually
Yeah.
it's just like you
It's very
have a little
emotional.
space to yourself. Like I try to like isolate myself for a little bit. I like to watch people making like smoothies and stuff. Like I watch like 24-hour cafe ASMR. And I put it on TV.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
And I just
You,
watch
like,
it.
zone out to
Yes.
watching like smoothie
No
making?
thoughts. And I'm
Wait,
just
that
like
is amazing.
watching it
That's
until
kinda
I calm
funny.
down and I can continue doing what I have to do.
I used
Because
to do
especially
yoga.
People have
when,
different
like right now, we're about
ways to
go
deal
back.
their
We have 10
situation.
days and we head out to Japan. And
To
that,
be
but,
with
like, in between
bandmates.
those 10
Yeah.
days, we have to rehearse. We have to finish signing stuff. We have to record music videos.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has-
Oh, and that's a whole other
That's
thing.
a whole other
Yeah.
thing. I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
There's just so much to do.
So much to do.
And that is very scary
just like-
sometimes. But you have to live day by day.
Yes.
Right,
Because
you
if you
have
start
to.
thinking about the things you need to do, it's a mess.
overwhelming.
Like, you'll just drown in everything that you need to do, worrying about stuff that you're not doing yet. So it's like, you know what? Today is
Right
Just
now.
another
today.
day, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I need to do today.
Like what
Yeah.
happens to me so
That's
much
good
is I see
advice.
my
Yes.
calendar and it's like, okay, I come back from Japan and then after Japan we have this and then after this we go to Europe. But after Europe I have 7 days and after those 7 days I go to the US. After the US it's Canada. After Canada the year is sober. If the year is
get so
sober, it's already
overwhelmed.
Oh, my goodness.
February.
No.
Look
And
at
it's
Danny.
like,
Danny's like freaking out.
No,
in his
you get
mind.
so
Yeah.
overwhelmed, and it's really unhealthy to start thinking about everything you need to do because you go insane. Like there's
Right.
no way
Yeah.
of like
time
not
just
going
seems
insane if you
like
do
it
that.
doesn't exist for me.
Yes.
It's like already going to be 2026. And it's like,
Yeah, no.
no,
that's
it's
not good.
like, yeah. So you have to live day by day.
Also,
You have
because
to.
We're in such an ascent now. Like
Wow.
you're working your whole
This
life,
is-
and now you're like really like kind of catapulting. It's also
Yeah.
important also for just
They're
mental
on a
health to, like,
massive
in the moment,
climb.
Yeah.
because you
Yes.
can
For
as
sure.
well.
It's really
That is
You're
always
gonna
my
miss
homework.
it. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna miss it because
Yeah.
you're always getting to the next thing. It's really important to kind of to ground yourself
ground.
and,
And it's
watch
really
more
hard.
smoothie videos.
Exactly.
Like saying that.
See,
that's how
imagine
I
if you
ground
have 20
myself.
concert,
Everyone has their own thing. I would always
20, 30
recommend
concert a
journaling, just,
year.
like, feel it out.
That's a
say
lot.
it.
Write it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Write it out. Because you don't even know. Sometimes it's weird when you don't even know what you're feeling. It's so
Yeah.
much that you're like, what is this? And you just kind of like start writing and be like, oh, okay. This is what it's going through my system right now. I get it. And just let it out.
Yeah.
It's great.
What are some of your roles?
They are
off stage?
so
Do you have roles?
mature.
Like,
They
do you know
are.
what I mean? Like, as one of you, like, make sure everyone's on task, or is someone
Yeah.
else like?
I feel like we don't have specific roles that we just kind of like give each other, but we know who
We have
does
our
what.
strengths.
Yeah, we
But
have like our
I
things.
don't know if this is gonna be like controversial, but I feel like at least I am very aware of it. But when we're on tour, our role is to exist and play. And go, and like that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like if we
Yeah.
have to do anything else, usually somebody else helps us take care of it. Like if I forgot, I don't know, let's say my toothbrush, I can't go out and walk and
Right.
get it myself. I have to
True.
ask somebody else to help me with that. So really,
Yeah,
like
'cause
my
they're the
only-
talent.
Popular.
The only thing on my mind
They
is
have-
focus.
I just
Yeah.
have to do. I just have to play. I have to do the meet and greets. I have to do the interviews, and I have to play. That's
I get
it.
that.
Yeah,
But-
because the
Yeah.
mental energy.
The only
People
the only
feed
thing I
them.
can
Yeah.
think
People-
of, which is
Yeah.
really like
Water
silly
them
little things,
like they're
when
plants.
we do have hotels, I always carry the hotel keys because everyone else uses
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Because everyone else uses them. So it's always like, oh, we only have one key. Like, who's gonna have it? So I was like, Ale. Like, I'll take
Ale
it.
is the responsible
Yeah.
one.
Like, what floor are we on?
I'm like,
I don't know.
Wait, I love that.
I always have the hotel keys. Yeah.
I also want to
Wow.
address this
The youngest one's
fans.
the
They
responsible
always
one.
comment
That's
on
kind of
Ale.
opposite.
You know,
Yeah.
like I was gonna say it's the elephant in the room. I call it the Ale-phant in the room. But they always say that Ale doesn't speak. I don't know what they're talking about.
I know.
I'm comfortable. What can I say?
She is definitely
But
more
it really is
talkative
when
here.
she
She is. She,
comfortable, like,
and she
I
is
just, like,
comfortable, right? All of them
my
are comfortable
ability
in
to not
this.
speak like goes away, and I just like,
Oh,
They're all comfortable with this
that really
interview.
warms my heart.
Aw.
Good.
Yes.
Take that, fans. Ale has spoken.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Aw. Well, thinking back, like how you've been in band for over 10 years, and there's just been this journey, this like ascent. Where do you feel like you are right now in the journey?
Oh, we're like in the. I feel like.
We're like, where are we?
No, you're good. You're good. You know, to be completely honest with you, we've had a 10-year journey up to this point, and it has been very, very gradual. Things are moving a little bit faster now, and we can feel it. We're
Yeah,
like,
it's
okay,
speeding up.
okay, but we're so. I feel like I want to touch on this first. We're so happy and blessed to have had those 10 years the way we
Of
did.
like training or
I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah,
like,
I feel like
getting ready. Yes.
now more than ever, I can realize and appreciate, like, if I didn't have that, I don't know how I would be dealing with this right now, because it has prepared me and us so much in like tons of different aspects, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like it's so overwhelming. I feel like we're living just in a very overwhelming time. Our management always uses this analogy. I don't know if that's how you say it.
Yeah,
It's like
analogy.
a metaphor.
Yeah.
Of a plane on a tarmac, and like before it was like we're on the tarmac, and that is where you use the most fuel. Once you're in the air, smooth
Yeah,
sailing.
smooth
Like you don't
sailing.
have to put in that much fuel in it. So we were always like, we're still on the tarmac. We're still on the tarmac. So right now, it feels like
We're
the
like-
wheels are just starting to lift off. Like
Yeah, they're
slowly.
just, you know,
Aw,
And
so
then put
humble.
all the fuel in. It is that moment. And it is such an exciting moment of like so much like anxiety and
incredible.
uncertainty,
Yeah.
but in a good way. Because
you feel the rush.
we've
like,
been on
literally
that
right
tarmac,
away.
you know, and now like
Yeah.
it's just starting to okay, and you know that it's happening.
Yeah.
Like
Aw.
you feel your stomach just kind of like flying as it's like ooh, and
But
it's
we're ready to pull the fuel in, you know?
yes,
So
Yeah.
it's just
and
like-
that's what we've been doing. That's
Let's
what we
do
keep
it.
doing. So it's very motivating to see what's happening right now, not only
Right.
for us but like our whole team.
Yeah.
Like we can see
Aw.
that like kind of like just like domino effect of the things that we've been doing and how it's affecting the things that we're getting now.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
It's crazy.
I like
It
that
feels
they're
you are
always
athletes. You've been
worried
training
about
your
their
whole
team.
lives,
Right.
and now you're at the
But
Olympics.
because it's just
Yes,
You know?
Yes.
But it's now it's like
But
it's
now
now
you
when
have
the
more
goal-
family.
Now you
Yes.
just got to the
them.
Olympics. You
Exactly.
haven't, like,
you have to like prove yourself that you
Right.
can be there, you know?
but you're at the Olympics. Yeah, it
Exactly.
feels that way. As a fan, it feels that way too. It's like we're
Okay.
all aware of the work. And we've talked about this before. You are role models, not
They
just as women,
are.
as human beings, you know, who
I agree.
are visionaries. You know, you
They are.
created your own path. There was no one else doing
Yep.
what you
Right.
do. You are trailblazers, you know, and for me, that is just what is so the most exciting. And to see you really getting all these opportunities, you made them happen.
Allison's
You
very
made them
insightful.
Very.
like I just got chills.
I
That is
But
insane.
it's true. I mean, I think that's why also the fans love you. Of course, they love your music. I'm obsessed
Yes.
with your music, but we also love you and your journey and for sharing that with us. And it's very
Right.
inspiring at
Yeah.
any age. At any age, you know, if
Thank
I was
you.
if I was a little girl, I would be obsessed with you guys, and I'd be literally like wanting to play every instrument. I still wanna do
Absolutely.
that, but
Yeah.
as a woman, I just watch you and I'm like, thank you. You're like what's great about the world.
Thank you.
What makes you proud? You know, just kind of reflecting back and just seeing where you are at this very like pivotal point. What are you proud of?
Oh, I have this very clear. I'm very proud that we're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Aw.
very proud of
We're
the
still doing
relationship
this.
that we have. Like, even though like everything that's happening is happening and everything that has happened, because again, what you see, like what we show of our work, it's the pretty side. Usually, there's just
Right.
so much that goes on.
Yeah,
behind
social media
of, like,
versus
a lot of
real
hard work
life.
that has been going on for years, and a lot of like emotional turmoil that goes into those years. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
And seeing that we still have the relationship that we have today, that we're able to create the way that we create, and the way that we are able to share the same thing in different ways together,
Yeah.
that for me is just something like to be insanely.
She's so deep.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we have had
she
so many
explained things.
opportunities for it to not be like that. I feel like it's so easy in this industry, especially what we're with what we're living right now, for us to like just kind of like drift apart in between the craziness of it all.
Yeah.
And it's very comforting to see that we're conscious of it and we're like, no.
Exactly.
And we share the
keep
same
it
mindset for that.
Yeah. Another side of that I'm really proud of is exactly that we have had moments where we fell, you know, and we've gotten back up, not only to get back up, but to also grow from that, you know, learn that this happened to us. How are we going to change it? How are we going to like make it work and like move forward? So and not
we learn from it.
and not only us as sisters, but with my parents as well as a family and the rest of our team. It's just kind of it's like in little.
They always come back to the team.
Also,
They always give credit to their team.
Because
without the team, they would know them.
A lot.
Yep.
And their
You've accomplished so
parents.
much in a year. What do you hope to accomplish in this next year or in the near future?
I'm so scared of that question.
Yeah.
Because when you were saying like just the intro, I was like, I can't believe all that happened after we talked. We had our year planned out, and then so many things happened that were not planned. So what we have planned out for the rest of the year is absolutely insane.
Right.
And I'm very like scared in some sort of way of like what will happen that is not planned. That is just like this huge
Gonna like blow our mind.
thing.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
But more
because it
than
keeps
anything,
happening.
I feel like I'm just excited that we're taking those steps. I'm excited for the release. I'm excited for people to have this album and see how it does.
Yes.
And
oh no, yeah, and I don't know if in the next year or maybe 2 or 3, but like hopefully we get to fly. You know?
Yes.
Fly. The tarmac, going to fly high.
But you said it in such a humble way.
Well, yeah,
no. Wow. Stop it. I'm going to drink wine.
I think you're already in the sky, guys.
Yeah.
I think you're already on your way. But I also think another metaphor, the sky's the limit. Sorry.
Exactly.
I think you're already flying, but I think you haven't even scratched the surface of
Exactly.
like the stratosphere that you are going to be in. I mean, it's just to watch you it's a gift really for all of us.
I think she's right.
And I love
so
this
right.
album. I love this album.
Thank you.
I genuinely
We love it too.
And I love
They're
her,
so
and I loved her
humble.
music before, but I really do think that this album really shows the growth. I do. I think it's a natural evolution for you as musicians, as women. I think the fans are going to love it. I can't wait to see it live. Also on the album, there is a Spanish song.
Oh.
And it is one of the best. And we have to talk about the video.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. The video is so much fun. Well,
So, Como Quieres is the only Spanish song on the album. It was so much fun to write.
Yeah.
It really is just a song where we let loose and we
already
really
heard it.
Yeah.
just have fun with it. And I feel like you can see that in the video.
for sure.
It was my directorial debut.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, the video is incredible. It's like a whole other conversation is the video. It
Yes.
is so good.
I didn't know
So
that.
usually when we write, especially like in these writing sessions, I usually have like a Pinterest board and I just do mood boards for each song. And I had one for ¿Qué más quieres? And when we got the mixes, like the final mixes for like approval, I was listening to all the songs with my mood boards and seeing like if we were able to like really capture that. And I was seeing the one of like ¿Qué más quieres? And I was like, we should really do a video for this. Like, please, please, please. And I told Rudy about it.
Yeah.
And Rudy was like, okay, direct it. And I was like,
Wow.
what do you mean?
Huh.
What do you
but
mean?
I remember the OG idea. You came like running to me and be like, "What if you get married?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" First of all,
You're gonna scam people. You're gonna get married. And you're gonna scam people. And like the story really evolved. I co-directed it with Ivan Chavez, who we've worked
It was
with
a
before.
hilarious video.
It was.
And for me to have that space to explore something new with my creativity and just like be able to present our music visually with such authority, like, because we've done music videos before.
Yeah.
But for me to like really put what was in my brain when we were writing it into a video, it was incredible. I found out that I really, really like directing. Like
And you're so good at it too.
I like bossing people around in the nicest way possible, but I feel confident in it because I knew what I wanted, and Ivan was really like, he really gave me the space to really explore that.
Wow.
And it was so much fun. And for it to like be released with MTV, like the other day, it was playing on Times Square
Oh.
So imagine that the first video I've ever directed is just on Times Square on loop.
I mean, it feels very
Insane.
VMAs to me.
That's
That could be a contender. I mean, the
Manifesting.
video is amazing.
Thank you.
But you're all such great actors in it as well.
Yes,
Danny
they are.
surprised me so
good.
so
Thank
much.
you. I was so nervous because I've never done like the acting without, lip syncing the song.
Yeah.
Like only just,
Right.
expressions.
You were
So I was just like,
insane.
Yeah, you were really
Because
good.
when
Yeah, they weren't performing in the video. She was acting,
the script,
which is
people
totally
on screen was
different.
like, how the hell am I gonna act this out? I'm like, you will figure it out. But he surprised us all. Like we all expected good things.
Thank you.
But it was just like
It turned out so good. Yeah.
so much better than we all anticipated, and it just looked incredible. I'm so happy with it. I'm
Also,
so
the
proud.
outfit choices.
Yeah.
Where'd the wardrobe come into this?
I
Like,
mean,
is that all?
Wow.
it was in my mood
But like the
board.
wedding dress.
Yeah,
I mean,
so good. Our
I was
stylist,
like, I want a campy short.
Yeah.
Wedding
no,
dress.
it was supposed to be tacky.
it was like
geeky.
it felt like very 80s.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it was so good.
Yeah, and like I brought these crazy ideas to our stylists, and they just really like blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
They were amazing because
Yes.
it was also like with really short time. We were playing Vive Latino. We were doing interviews. Like we were not even in Monterrey. We were, oh my God, we opened for Imagine Dragons. We have Pal Norte.
Wow.
We had all of this going on.
Yeah.
And in between interviews, I was just like doing art meetings for the video and going back to Monterrey and scouting and doing all of that.
Oh my god.
And it turned into this beautiful, wonderful thing that is
It really
the
did.
Gibbs music video. And I'm just so proud of it.
It's so great, and of course, everyone wants to know what do you see at the end when you open up the the box or the chest.
We'll never tell.
It's a secret that we don't even know.
the whole point of it was
That was
the
our
journey.
question too.
That's a journey.
The object is not
on the
important.
journey.
Right.
Yes.
I love that. Oh my goodness. That video is so good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you do next, actually.
Ooh,
Yes.
I can't wait either. I'm very excited about it.
Do you
When
think
you
you'll
have
direct
time.
more videos?
I would like to. I loved it. So
She
if
has
you
a
love
lot
me,
of
I'll gladly do it.
It was a perfect video. All three of you were so
Talent
good.
in our
It was-
hands.
It was
All
so
of
good. You guys
them.
were all great actors in it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's do deep cuts. Different
Awesome.
questions from last time.
Okay.
Okay, actually, it's inspired by an Instagram post. You were at Amoeba Records, and I saw that you bought a bunch of records.
Yes.
So I wanted to know, what are you listening to right now?
Okay.
What am I listening to right now?
Okay, while you think,
Yes, go
I
ahead.
just have to tell you because it's like a continuation from the other episode.
Actually, no.
I found the Sound of Music soundtrack and I just bought it. I was just like, you're coming home with me. I can't believe I found that. I was just like, oh my god, it's destiny. Oh my god.
We talked about the Sound of Music last time as being
Oh,
one
the
of
Sound of
Daniel's favorite
Music.
of all
Yes.
time. So that's right. I
I
love
was
it.
just like,
Brought it back.
Amoeba, thank you for fulfilling
Yes.
this dream.
So,
Okay, but yeah, go ahead. now.
I'll go ahead. This is like new for me. So we were at like a photo shoot, and the photographer put music on, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And so I've been listening to Depeche Mode, and I downloaded Violator and actually got the record, and so I've been listening to that. So I want to like get into it more. So when I get back home, I'm gonna put the record on and trying to get into that. So.
Depeche Mode.
I feel like Ale wins. This is like,
I'm trying to-
Depeche Mode makes me
know.
really happy. That's amazing.
It fits
Yes.
you so well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
So
been
good.
listening to Dead Poet's
Dead
newest
Poet,
record.
yes.
it's so.
It's so good.
Amazing.
It's so good. I mean, I started listening to it because we were working with Anton. I was like,
Yes.
I want to see what he's doing with other bands. Like, I want to see if I can hear the
Correlation.
Anton in it.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with their music. It's so good. We played together at Shiprocked. They're amazing
They're so
musicians.
good.
One of the
They're
best musicians
so
I've ever
good.
seen in my life. So that album is really, really good.
Ah,
Really great.
I'm with you.
Yes.
I have to sit down and listen to more of this, but I'm so intrigued by what Willow is doing next.
Oh, I love
I'm
Willow.
like,
Love
Did you
Willow.
I am,
Did you
Yeah,
see performances of
yes.
it?
Yes.
Oh my!
I
the
saw
musicians
clips.
that she
Yeah,
has
I saw
with her.
clips of it, and I was like,
please.
Oh.
I'm
That's
so
amazing.
I wish I
She's
could
so
play like
special.
Yes.
Insane.
I love
Yes.
what she's doing.
Insane.
Me too.
Oh my
So
god.
good.
Yes. She might be a repeat guest too. She might
Yeah.
be. I love Willow and what she's doing. You guys have great taste. Is there an artist that people might be surprised that you love?
You know who I'm obsessed with right
Is it
now?
the Sound of Music soundtrack?
That's one
Yeah.
for sure. But
I really love Chapel Rowan.
Me
right
too.
now.
yeah.
Me
She's
too.
insane. I adore her.
Yes.
I keep hearing her name.
I would say like
Something like-
Polo and Pan. They're like these two French DJs that I just love. We saw them live. They were amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll have to
Yeah.
check that out.
I feel like recently I was listening to Nickel Creek a lot as well. Again,
Nickel Creek.
they're
Yeah,
like
they're
this
great.
folk band. They're just like I think it's a fiddle, not a violin.
I think it's a fiddle.
A mandolin and a guitar.
Wow.
They're just like
They're really
great.
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good musicians.
Bringing it back to like the instrumentation.
Yes.
Yeah. Who or what inspires your style? Because the three of you are always on point.
Right.
Their
Outfit.
fashion style.
Yeah,
Pinterest
honestly,
girlies, always
like all
go
the like all the Pinterest girlies I see like on TikTok, and like I just see a lot of different like people with different styles, and I feel like we just like pick out from all this.
It's a mix of like, especially like when you're on tour, you have to be comfortable.
Yes.
Because you don't have time to dress up. But it's a
mix of like comfortable
comfort
clothes
and slaying.
I just follow their lead.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, help me out here.
that's really sweet.
That's
What
so
is
cool.
the greatest risk you've ever taken?
Ooh.
Risk.
Greatest risk.
Oh, eating chicken on an airplane.
Yes.
No, that's real. Eating chicken
risk
in
in
Mexico
general.
City.
Do.
In Mexico City, that's always a risk.
Right.
But
Noted.
Yes,
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
eat. Don't
That's
eat.
a risky move
You'll go
right
to the
there.
hospital if you
Don't-
like try your luck a little bit too much on that.
Or we've
Okay.
had bad luck with chicken.
Oh yeah,
seriously.
I have.
We've had
We've
bad
had
luck
bad
with
luck.
chicken. Yeah.
But the
I
hospitals
guess I
in
don't
the
like
city are
chicken.
nice. Like they are. They're comfortable and the people are nice.
You will get sick, but at least the hospitals
Yeah, they're
are
nice.
really accommodating.
Yes, they are.
That is amazing. Okay. What is a fear or insecurity you'd like to get over?
Death.
Yeah, I knew.
I'm scared of
that.
dying. I'm really scared of dying.
Really.
I'm scared of not remembering anything. Because like the afterlife for me is a bit foggy right now. So I'm like, am I gonna remember everything that I'm doing right now?
Don't even think about it.
That's pretty
too much.
normal. I go through
Right
that.
now that we're in LA, I see so many like paintings of people, like famous people that
Yeah.
have passed away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do they know? Do they know they're there? And I'm like, well, I know, and it freaks me out so much. So I hope I get over
But
it.
it really does. Like
No, sometimes
Yeah.
we're
Is
in
this
a
really a thing?
Yeah, I'm in a
she would have,
show.
like existential crisis. Like she would have like an existential
Oh,
crisis.
really?
Like,
I could be
after
in
a show,
and I could just look at Ali like, I'm gonna die. And she's
I'm
like,
like, girl,
you are.
Get the smoothie videos ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cue the smoothie video.
You got it.
Oh my goodness.
talking and like socializing. Like I'm just so afraid of socializing, like meeting new people and just saying the wrong thing. So I'd say getting my.
She's doing great right now.
You're doing
Yes, I'm doing it.
constantly
Yes,
work at it.
Yes,
I
I
can't
do.
believe that.
She's a
because
strong
you're wonderful.
introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful
Yeah,
to
I really
speak.
struggle with that, so I would like to get.
And for me,
Over that.
Well, we can talk as much as you'd like. Yeah. Perfect.
I know this is an irrational fear, but it's one that I have, and it's being tickled. Like I
What?
Wait, no, but like,
physically,
like
someone Yes. coming
up to you and like tickling your
Like,
No, but
she
she
hates it.
I will get
No,
angry.
but she'll
it's
get like really mad.
no, but like she
I
really
kick-
freaks
I
out.
First of all,
Scream.
who's trying to tickle you? More
Rudy.
importantly.
Oh my god!
okay.
No, it's the worst. No, but he has.
No, but
he
you
What
have
has
had-
happened when you have tried to tickle her?
Like her piercing eyes the second that I just.
Yeah, no, okay.
Is it like a look of
I
death?
felt like
Yes.
horrible on the inside. Like, she
No.
hates
No, but
me
she really hates it.
for life.
I will kick, scream, whatever. It's like you do
I was
not.
like, dude,
tickle.
chill out. She's like, you know.
You
Yes,
know.
he does know. Rudy's
That's
pretty
so
mean about
cool.
it sometimes.
I
Like a
have
little
told
like
him, I've
on the
told him.
ribs, like
But, like,
rubbing on the
Wait,
ribs.
was there
Real
a
fear.
traumatic situation, or has this been like a lifelong?
It's been a lifelong
a
thing. You know,
lifelong
I think it was
thing.
my grandpa's fault in the most
Oh.
caring way.
Oh,
but,
I hated that
he
as
would
well.
tickle us a lot.
Yeah, I hated that.
Or was
I
it like
get
a
you.
hard tickle? You know, it's like aggressive tickles that kind
Yes.
of
Like you would get
it hurt
tackled,
and like make
You
you
would
and
crack.
then
get tackled
yes,
and
then
you would
Get tackled and tickle.
It's like the
Yeah.
thigh grab, that
Yeah.
thigh
Yeah.
grab.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that hurts?
Yeah.
It like
Yeah.
I feel like it comes from somewhere there, but it's just like you
Yeah,
just
no, you
do
don't
not
tickle Danny
Yeah.
ever,
I'm
but we
gonna
all know
add-
that.
Hopefully I'll get
I
over
want to
it.
get over my fear of bugs because they're everywhere.
Bugs.
Everywhere.
I'm very
And
scared of bugs.
I wish I was like
Coexisting.
yeah.
Like,
a lot of my friends just like they're like, oh well, they're there, it's fine.
Like
and I'm
laying
do
on
you
the
think they're going
grass.
to bite you or sting
No,
you, or is it like a
no.
creepy crawly kind
Yeah.
of thing, a squeamish kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm deadly scared of moths. Like I have a phobia of them. I have one
Okay.
tattooed on my neck, but I'm actually super scared of them. I can't see them. When they get into my room and I can't get them out, I literally start crying. I have to call somebody to kill it. I can't handle it. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what?
not
We're
bad
gonna
on the
overcome
bugs.
that.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna
go get it. I'll help
like,
you.
exposure
God.
therapy.
No!
Imagine.
No!
I would die.
Look at that.
I think I would literally die.
I had no idea what I was
could
going to
never.
get into in asking this, but I'm dying. I feel like you need to have like apologize like on cue, and the next time someone tries to tickle you, it's like apologize.
That.
Yes, that's where it comes from.
Literally. I'm gonna
Get ready,
say that.
Rudy.
Get ready.
I'm gonna say that like whenever I sing it, the song is about like tickling me.
Like how that face, like.
Yeah, there's no way to forget that.
Really? It was
Glare.
that scary?
It is. Yeah, no,
It was like a how dare you.
Yeah, no, because he knew. I had already told him about this fear.
All right. The wrath of Danny.
Yes.
That is incredible. Okay. What is your
Wow.
superpower?
Oh.
Like, oh,
Superpower.
what is?
Yeah, like
no,
what
like,
is
what
your
would we
what do
want
you
it to be?
No, like what is your super what do you think your superpower is?
My superpower is my.
I don't know what my superpower
My superpower is whatever I set my mind to, I will do it.
That's
It doesn't matter what it is.
That's
I will do
She's
it. I have
stick to it.
Yeah.
for sure.
I was
Like
gonna
walk
say,
the walk,
I'm
talk the
stubborn
talk.
as hell. I will just like get through to what I have to do to accomplish it. But I want to say something different than you.
That's okay.
Like
I feel like we all have that.
we all
You all
have
have
that.
that.
I feel like
Oh no, I know my superpower. I can sleep anywhere at any time.
That
Yeah.
is
That's
a
a great
superpower.
I'm very
It
jealous.
I
of
can't
that.
do that.
I literally just said to Brian, if I could pick one superpower, it would be sleep, the ability to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is a good one.
I'm very jealous of that.
Yeah.
Mine is
Or
a
when-
very like boring answer because I can't think of anything else. But like my honesty, like I'm a very honest.
That's
person.
right. That's a great
I'm
superpower.
a very like. Sometimes I can be a bit too honest, but like I'm a very honest person.
Yes, but we all know that if somebody's gonna keep it real,
Has to be her.
wonderful. That's trustworthy. That's wonderful.
She's,
Yeah.
she's keeping
Okay.
it real.
What
Real, yeah.
do you think the superpower is of your sisters? Of each
Oh boy.
I like your like.
you like?
No, okay. I think your superpower is your ability to like create stuff out of like nothing.
Yeah, like your creativity.
Genius.
I would say your
It's like,
creativity as well.
Wow, it's
Great
impressive.
superpower.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
No, but she does. No,
Confirm.
no, but I mean,
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
she
someone
sees-
like-
For what we do.
Yeah.
she sees beyond what is there. You know,
Sometimes,
like
but
you're
you
a
know
visionary.
what? But you
Yeah.
know what's
Visionary.
great?
Yeah.
I could be a visionary, but sometimes my visions are not like they won't happen unless I have my sisters to ground me and say like, you know
Aw.
what, you want to do that, but we have to do it this way, and so it could kind of be that, but there's no way
See how
that's gonna happen
close
just
and
like
humble
that.
they are.
yeah,
Okay.
so
So
kind of like
Los Nuevecitos, like that's the
Yeah.
yeah
They help guide you.
Yeah, always.
Ground you and guide you.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Danny superpower. Let's see. Danny superpower.
I don't think of
No,
this.
I want to do things correctly.
Yeah, me too. So then.
and I fell asleep with my OG superpower.
She'll be sleeping meanwhile. Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this. Like she has an ability to like, once again, me estoy proyectando, but of like being able to not bring out the best in people's not, but like bring out like conversation from like she will talk with like anyone.
She's a
and, like,
connector. You can
yeah,
connect.
no,
Yeah.
she's a
Yeah, there it is.
connector. It's like,
I love that title.
Not only
Right.
with conversations,
Conversations, but, like,
with
with
her actual job, like
yeah.
performing, connecting
Yeah.
with the fans.
Yeah, you do.
And, like,
transmitting emotions and forming an emotional
connection.
There it
She has
is.
that
Be able to, like,
leadership.
not only like
It's charisma.
I'm
Charisma.
not talking like
It's
serious
riz.
like, conversation, but like she'll be able to, I don't know if like make you happy is the right word, but
No,
like
but like have a good like
like
a
a
vibe.
a vibe, like a
feeling.
good vibe, like a little sunshiny feel around the room.
She does.
when,
Look,
like,
she's
Yes.
always
The ability to make people feel seen.
theme.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
explained this in a really bad way.
No,
No.
not at all.
Like,
You're
The
saying
perfect
things
way.
and we're
Yeah,
You
you're
said it
helping
in
me
the
out.
perfect way.
You're helping me
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
her.
That's
I agree.
amazing.
Cute.
Yes, I've witnessed that.
Yes.
Oh,
In person.
She has
and in
a certain
performance.
aura.
thank you.
Yeah.
That aura in her.
And then
Her superpower.
Ale, I feel like her superpower is being super, apart from honest, but honest in a different way, like honest with yourself. Like you know what you are and you just do it,
That's great.
So it's like, I don't know if I would, it is confidence, but also I wouldn't say if I would like label it as that, but like, that maybe you don't speak much, but you're okay with that, you know? You're like, this is who I am, this is how I'm comfortable, and this is how I'm gonna like show myself to the world, even on stage.
She's content
like
with
what
she
I
is.
do. And that's like awesome.
Self-love.
Yeah.
Self-love.
Working on it.
Self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all are.
Yes.
Guess what? We
Working
all
on
are.
it.
We all are.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's wonderful.
Cute.
Oh. All right. That was great.
Yay.
Ladies, thank you so much.
That was such a good interview.
Yes.
What a gift this is. This is really a gift for me. I'm like very in the moment right now.
And for us too. We're so
Yes.
happy.
And again, like especially when we're with you and we take a moment to think of everything that we're doing, like I literally just like almost cried. Like it's just so insane that we're living this together, and to share it with you and share with everybody. It's just
Aww.
wonderful. So
and
thank you for
such
this.
an important week as well. It's just like, oh, we can't be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
And I know
This
that when we
moment.
hang out next, so much more is going to happen.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much
And-
looking forward to that.
And
Yes.
please just know I'm always here for you. You know that.
Mm.
I'm always here for
Ah.
you in your corner, cheering you on.
Yay.
And just like celebrating
that.
you
Muchas gracias. Thank
you
as
so
artists, as humans, and just
Likewise,
everything you do.
anything you need,
Yes.
and we'll just rock out together.
Well, I'm excited to rock out tonight.
Yes.
Okay, amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Wow. That was such a fun interview, and she just makes them feel comfortable.
It feels like just a conversation. They're just friends.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out and doing their thing. But she draws so much out of them,
Right.
and it's so informative, and it makes you feel even
home.
more connected
Right.
to them and understand them just a little bit better, which is fantastic. I love everything about The Warning.
I know,
They
me
are
too.
so cool.
Very humble. They're just driven. They're
Yeah.
just,
They're going to the moon. They
yeah.
know where they're going. They're going to the moon. They're going to get there as fast as they can.
Yeah, and on top of that, when they talk about, as you mentioned earlier, when they talk about freedom, they always include people that are in their team,
They're
their
always,
parents,
they're
their
always
manager.
thinking about them. They're always talking about them,
Right.
including them in the conversation. They're very appreciative of
Yeah.
their team, and it shows.
And you could tell how they are very mature with their answers, very eloquent, and it's just mind-boggling. They're only in their 20s, but they're answering questions like they're in their 40s.
They've packed a whole lot of experience into the last 10 years.
And, the experience, as they said when they were saying, couldn't believe that we've been in this for 10 years, but it helped them prepare for who they are today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, another great one with Allison. I'm surprised to learn that it was only 1 year, because so much has happened since that thing.
Yeah.
It feels like it was a very long time ago.
Right.
But it's just that they're doing so much.
Right.
So quickly. It's happened all in 1
1
year.
year. Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, really is insane. How are they even surviving this? I mean, they
they're
talked about
young.
the pressure a lot.
Yeah.
The intensity, the exhaustion.
Right.
They're just completely drained mentally and physically. It's just,
That's why when they go home at their, at their home to Monterey, they said it's kind of like messy because, they're on a schedule all the time.
Yeah.
But because when you're not
they
on
need to
schedule,
relax, too.
yeah, they need to just breathe a little bit and
Chill
chill.
out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they can't because there's so much stuff going on. They have to do in their daily life. Yeah.
well, this was filmed before they went to Japan.
Probably.
To hang. No, it definitely was.
Yeah.
They talked about in 10 days they're going to Japan. So this was filmed before they did that. In the real world, here where we are, that's already happened.
Right.
And
But this one just got released today,
Right,
and I bet
it takes time for editing and stuff.
So we gotta go check out that Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, so
I'm sure
Kimmel's already happened, the whiskey's already happened,
Yeah.
Bandmate and their Japan leg of their tour has already happened.
Right.
And we're just kind of waiting for some of these things to
come out,
become available for us,
Yeah.
because we're so excited to see
We are too. Just so
What they've
proud of
done.
them, what they have done. Thank you again for tuning into our channel. Don't forget to give your love and support to The Warning and also Allison Hagendorf. The link will be in our description below. Thank you for your love and your support to our channel. We really appreciate you. To all the warnings, you guys have been so supportive to us, and to all our fandoms around the world, thank you so much for all the love and your support to our channel. Thank you for loving our channel, liking our videos, to get the algorithm going. Share with your friends and family. Thank you again, and see you in the next video.